Hello everybody, Slim Kirby here. Welcome back to more of the Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga playthrough. Last time we went to the Beanstar. We ran into Popple and Rookie again, or Popple and Bowser. He now realizes he's Bowser now, so I guess he's no longer Rookie. And the Beanstar went mad again. We tried to save it. We tried to go along with it, but it went up in the air. It divided into 4 pieces, and now we have to, well, first we have to get out of here, and then we need to find out what exactly we need to do next once we get back to the Bean Bean Kingdom. Meanwhile, though, we did learn some cool new hand powers, as you can see here. You can actually use both hand powers to kind of mess with the other brother. Which is kind of funny. I like little stuff and little quirks like that. But yeah, let's go ahead and figure out what we're doing next. Oho Ocean, tips for novice divers. You can swim by doing solo jumps on the ocean floor. Tap the buttons quickly to float higher and higher in the water. When 2 people swim together, they can move much faster through the water. So as you can see, you can use this to swim. You can hit both to swim a little faster. That's pretty much what we got here. That's really all there is to it. And yeah, of course, now that we have these hand powers, we can solve more puzzles with them. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're just going to solve a bunch of puzzles because that is just what we do in the land of Mario. So here we have an enemy. We have a couple of enemies. We have bloopers. It can be kind of tough to deal with, but you gotta know what you're doing. So we have the Goom Divers. I believe these guys are just beanies that are inside these spacesuits. And yeah, these bloopers, again, I really hate dodging attacks from that perspective. Maybe they're not beanies. I might be thinking of a different enemy altogether. But yeah, I really hate essentially trying to attack these enemies from that perspective when they're directly above you. I'm getting the timing down now, but still doesn't make it any less annoying for me personally. I think with the hand, you can actually, or with the electric hand, oh, maybe not. I guess it counts as a, an aerial enemy, I guess. Or a swimming enemy in this case, anyway. Okay, 21, so, okay, 6 times 3 is 18. Plus 1, 19. 20 was HP, 21 is BP. I have my system for remembering this. And plus 5 BP, not bad. Not bad at all. Not too shabby. So yeah, we have a little map here. This is going to basically show us how we're going to get out of this oasis. But again, there's a lot of stuff we want to interact with. Or at least stuff I want to interact with because I'm insane and want to frickin' fight every enemy and, you know, just get my value out of this game, I guess. Let's try using the hands on these guys now. Okay, that doesn't really help too much. And they're actually swimming now, too. Okay, I did a little more damage. Honestly, like, as far as doing combat with the hands, I feel like it's a case where you only want to do combat when you know an enemy's weak to it. Otherwise, just use the jump and hammer, because it's like all-inclusive anyway. That's kind of how I feel about doing combat with the hands. It just doesn't seem like it's that useful unless it's for, like, enemies that you know are going to be weak to them. Like, in fact, there's a boss that'll be, like, later on in the game that's like, okay, well, you definitely want to use fire against this, for example. That's really the only time the hands are that useful, at least in my opinion. I'm sure that, you know, people who have played this game to death, to the point where they know, like, almost everything about the game, they, like, know things that probably I don't. But just in terms of, like, what I've personally gathered through my personal playthroughs, I just don't find that normal hand combat to be that useful. And yeah, I think I'm definitely thinking of something else in regards to the beanie enemies. I think there is an enemy we'll see later on that's underwater that involves them, but right now it's not really relevant. So make sure you keep pressing the buttons a lot, because sometimes you'll lose altitude, I guess. I guess it's altitude. Swimitude. Not even a word, but we're making it one. Oh, come on, I jumped on you. Don't be like that, game. Okay, so there we go. Anything else? I think that's it. There might be like another enemy around. Yep. Of course. There's always another enemy around. At least we only have 2 this time. Okay, I think we're good. Of course, another enemy right there. Okay, never mind. I thought that maybe there was like a map or something, but I guess not. Okay, either way, this is going to be the last enemy fight, because I want to kind of get some movement and some work done today. Oh, come on. Missed that attack by a frame. Seemed like it was a frame miss anyway. Honestly, can never know for sure. Ooh, okay, what do we have here? Looks like we need to use the Thunder Hand for this one. That'll open up the door forward. Another spike room. It looks like we have bloopers in here. Yeah, I hope you get used to fighting bloopers, because there's a lot of them in here. I still feel like even though like I'm fighting like a lot of enemies, like I think we're still making a lot of good progress through this game. Because honestly, like I'm honestly surprised I'm at this part of the game already, and technically my 3rd recording session. I say 3rd recording session because First recording session I recorded 6 episodes. Second one I recorded 6 episodes. And I'm kind of in the middle of my next 6 episodes, I guess you could say. So I think these guys are the enemies I was talking about. And ooh, okay, Mario's about dead. I need to be careful with him. I might heal him with Luigi right here. Here, shove that down your gullet. And now Luigi's poisoned. So, if you remember from the forest, the Chucklehuck Woods, these guys are... Wait, why'd I do that? These guys are beanies. But since beanies can't swim, they're just gonna float back up to the surface. So, if you want to actually take them out, I think you got to take them all out in like one fell swoop. Because I don't think you get experience for just them getting knocked to the surface. And of course, there will be gold beanies too. So be on the lookout for those. Come on, I hit you. So we'll see, like, there's a lot more enemies in this fight than there were in the first fight, so I'm wondering if maybe that wasn't entirely true, that you don't get experience for them. Okay, that guy is down. Let's go ahead and do Knock Knock Bros. So we'll see right here. That seems like a lot more experience. So maybe you still get experience for him. Okay, another blooper. I want to say this is the last one, but I don't know for sure. Yeah, well, I'll go ahead and just use Bros attacks anyway. Not sure when we'll learn our next set of them, so it's like, may as well work on the advanced commands now. Okay, so before we see any other bloopers, okay, there's one blooper there, there's one there. Okay, so before we do that, yeah, we'll go ahead and heal you guys up really quick. I want to say these are the last two, though. And see, like, again, just like those very, like, small windows where it's just like you feel like you should get the attack, but it doesn't work for some reason. I could also start practicing, like, doing these with the higher levels as well. Okay, 105. Yeah, I believe this is the last blooper. Last blooper in this room, anyway. I guess one thing I could talk about a little bit while I'm kind of making my way through the rest of this area is just kind of one of my kind of fonder memories of playing this game. Because, like I said, I got this game back in the Christmas of 2003, which is when, you know, kind of this game came out. And one of the things that really impressed me, like, as I was going through it, was the fact that this game never really felt like it was going to end, like, ever. And what I mean by that was, you know, I fought Cackletta not too long ago. Cackletta supposedly being the main boss of the game, for crying out loud. And, you know, I didn't fight her too long ago. And when I fought her, it's like, wow, is this game, like, really short? Like, is this, like, the shortest RPG I've ever played? And that seems like that was gonna be the case for this game. But then, like, as I played more, like, it just felt like the game just kept getting longer and longer, like, and I definitely mean that in a good way, too, because, you know, there's some people who kind of say that, you know, games sometimes go on too long. But this was a case where it's like, I felt like I was getting to the end, and, like, it was sad that I was getting to the end, but then at the same time, like, it kept introducing, like, new areas or new parts of the game, which made it honestly more exciting, because it's like, oh wow, there's more. Okay, cool, I want to see what's going to happen. And I think that's a really good quality to have, making your viewers, or your viewers no, not really viewers here, but making your consumers kind of want more, but then also be promised more at the same time. Like, again, I think that's really good that a game can do that. Because then, yeah, like, what seemed like it was going to be, like, a game that only took, like, 2 or 3 days, like, it took, like, almost a week or two for me to complete my first playthrough. And again, it only took that long. If I just played this game straight through, then yeah, I probably, like, would have beaten it in, like, 2 or 3 days. But in 2003, there were a lot of games that came out. At the very end of 2003, there were a lot of games. Like, that Christmas that year, I believe I asked for Mario Kart Double Dash, Mario Party 5, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, and then also Super Mario Advance 4 also came out then as well. So, like, there were, like, 4 games. I'm like, oh, wow, I really want these Mario games that are coming out. And sure enough, like, when that Christmas came around, like, afterwards, I had so many Mario games to play through, and I was going back and forth between pretty much all of them. This was the game I kind of played, like, the most whenever, like, we went out and stuff, because, you know, it was a handheld game, and, you know, I got a lot of mileage out of my Game Boy Advance when I had it, so that was one cool aspect of being able to play this game pretty much whenever we'd go on, like, really long car rides to visit family and whatnot. I'd get some good time with this game and get to play more of it, which was always nice. I believe that's also when I got a Game Boy player, too. The Game Boy Advance Game Boy player on GameCube, which also allowed me to play, like, this game at home, and this game looked excellent on the Game Boy player. Like, it just worked very well for the Game Boy player because it was an RPG game. So for those who can't really focus on RPGs when they're kind of riding around in a car or whatever, whenever you got home, you could, like, still play this game, which I think was cool about it. And then, like, more than just the Mario games, I believe, like, not long after that Christmas, I also picked up WarioWare, the first WarioWare game. So I spent a lot of time with that game, too. And then I also spent a lot of time with, I think I also got Beautiful Joe with extra Christmas money as well. So I also spent a lot of time playing that game, too. So I just remember 2003 being, like, a great Christmas, like a great holiday season, just because there were all these freaking games that I got, and all these games I discovered for the first time not long after, like, I kind of spent that holiday playing all those games. Fire Emblem for the Game Boy Advance came out, like the first Fire Emblem that came overseas, and that became easily one of my favorite games of all time, and one of my favorite series of all time for that matter too. So just kind of a great period of time for gaming. So that's why I have like a lot of fond memories of this game, because this game kind of came out around that time where I was just like really in love with gaming, because there were so many just amazing games that I could play. Okay, so there's one more enemy. Where are you? I saw you a minute ago. Don't pretend like you're not existing anymore. There you are. Can I get up here at all? No, I can't. I mean, I might be able to get up here with, like, bounce bros or something, but I don't know. Hopefully it didn't hit. Okay, good. That wasn't a first strike. I was worried that it would be. So I think we're almost done. I think, anyway. Doesn't help that I'm still getting destroyed absolutely by these guys. Let's go ahead and use some mushrooms then. Again, I have a lot of them, and I don't have to use like the supers or anything. I can just use the normal mushrooms and be fine. Okay, let's swim over here. Or actually, I think we have to go over here then. Yeah, okay, this is the exit, so we're good. So whenever you're climbing up these pipes, you have to hold up A and B. That's it, really. That's really all there is to it. Meanwhile, near the border... Oh, great Cacletta. Will this guy do? Anyone will do now. Hurry, quickly. Oh, God. You know, I don't know if I like that. I really don't. I think we're in for some really annoying things in the future. I'm going to go ahead and say that now. And hey, it's Peaslow. What's up, buddy? I have searched high and low for you two. I feared that you'd met a terrible fate. Yes, it is true. The Beanstar split into 4 pieces. They have scattered. It is sad, really. What? You say you'll help me search for the Beanstar pieces? Of course, I would be most appreciative. But actually, I'd like you two to go to Bean Bean Airport. Hehehe. You see, Princess Peach is blessing our fair land with her presence. A dignitary of Princess Peach's stature is visiting our kingdom is a very serious affair, and that is why I would like you two in attendance to greet her loyal loveliness. As such, you must head for Bean Bean Airport immediately. Well, by the by, Bean Bean Airport is south of Bean Bean Castle. I must head there myself immediately, so I'll see you there. Princess Peach? Interesting. Yeah, I guess we haven't seen her yet, so it'd be nice to kind of catch up with her, I guess. But before we do, wait, where are we on the map? Because I kind of want to explore this area, but I kind of also don't. You know, it's kind of one of those things where it's like conflicting emotions of what I want to do and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually end the video in Bean Kingdom, I guess. And then next time, before we head out to the airport, we'll do some exploration. And also check the shops to see if they've gotten anything new there. And because I have like a lot of coins, maybe I'll redo that picture of Luigi too, so... yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So this has been Slim Kirby, this has been Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day. Later, folks.